So we can do another type of an example of just listing off some kind of aspects of a circle. I think it's kind of fun. It's kind of like a puzzle to see how many you can find. So they're kind of enjoyable for me. So hopefully you're kind of finding them pretty enjoyable too. We're going to get a couple chords. We're going to get a diameter. We're going to kind of keep on listing off some things. So let's go ahead and let's do A here. We're going to give 5 chords. So for me, looking at this one, I can see quite a lot of them. It's easy to get kind of confused at this, but I like to just kind of break it up. So chords, remember, 2 things that are on, or 2 points that are on circumference and a line connecting them. So first one I see is AE. That's this one here. I also see AC. I see CG. And I see GF. And I think the last one I can see is F and D. Cool. So chords 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't look like there's any other ones in this diagram, so that would be the 5 chords. Let's go ahead and let's get D now. Name a diameter. So we're looking for, it would be a special type of chord, but it has to go through the center, and the only chord that goes through the center is F and D. So that's going to be our diameter. FD equals, I'm going to put diameter. Oh, just like I did last time, I should probably say that this is equal to a chord. These are all chords up here. Okay, so we got a diameter, we got our chords. Awesome. Let's get our radii. So our radii, we're looking for radiuses, any sort of, well, it's not a chord, but any sort of line that connects the center of the circle to the circumference. And the only things that we have here are AO, that's going to be our radii, one of them at least. And the other one is going to be OE. Now, we could also go ahead and kind of keep on looking at this. We do have a diameter, F to D, but if we split that up and we kind of just go halfway, we see that there are actually 2 radii as well. So we have FO and we have DO. You might notice that sometimes I'm putting O at the front, sometimes I'm putting the letter at the front. It actually doesn't matter. You can put it in either way that you want. Try to spell some cool stuff with it. FODO, I don't know how to pronounce that. AO. Yeah, it's kind of fun. You can make a game out of it because that's what we do with math, right? So here's all of our radii. That would be the plural of radius. Don't go around saying radiuses because that's just silly. Good. So we got that going on. That's our radii. Let's do our central angle. Central angle, we're looking for something that's under 180 degrees, and it starts, our vertex is in the middle, and it connects 2 points on our, what am I trying to say here? 2 points on our circumference, there we go. So we have AOE is a good one. So angle AOE. That would be a central angle. Boom, boom, boom. We also have another one, though, because we can kind of split this one up a little bit. You can see that our FO line kind of goes in kind of splits up our AOE angle. So we can actually go AOF using O as our vertex again. And just like we did it on this side, we can go ahead and we can do it on the other side as well. So angle FOE. Now there actually are 2 other ones that we can use. And this time I think I'm going to actually mark it up just a little bit. So we actually can kind of go on the other side of this and say that, hey, AOD would be one. And we could also go with EO and D. I'll try to make this as straight as possible. So angle AOD, angle EOD, always having O as the vertex of our angle, like that middle point. And again, just making sure that you're kind of comfortable with what a central angle is. That's like this angle going across. That's also this angle going across here. It's not really mentioned in the notes too much, but if you can get used to kind of using different symbols for these angles, that's always a nice way to kind of view them. A lot of times in math, we use symbols like theta, kind of looks like a 0 with a little line through it. And sometimes we use even cooler things in the Greek alphabet called like alpha and beta. Sometimes we see these kind of things for angles. So these kind of symbols are really commonly used for angles, just because we don't really use like X, Y. Sometimes we do with angles, but other times we have to use other letters in the Greek alphabet that we normally reserve for angles, just because they pop up so much. So you'll see it a little bit later in like the practice and later on, but hey, just kind of get used to using different symbols for that. Coming back to this one, these are all going to be central angles. Perfect. Okay, let's keep on going here. We're going to name 3 inscribed angles. So right away, I see a pretty decent inscribed angle using F as our vertex. We can go from D to F to G. That would be a good inscribed angle. Remember, inscribed angles are the vertexes on their circumference, and the other 2 points of that angle are on the circumference too. It connects 2 points on the circumference with another point, the vertex on the circumference. Doesn't look like there's any other inscribed angles using F. However, G uses another one, CGF. Angle CGF would be another inscribed angle. And I think we can do one more. We can do C, A to E. Angle C, A, E. And these would all be inscribed angles. Just looking to see if there's any more. We're not going to be able to use E for any inscribed angle because this one terminates at our center and it doesn't extend all the way to the circumference. And we would never use an inscribed angle if we have to combine 4 letters like A, E, O, D. Technically, you're right, like it kind of connects on 2 of them, but you kind of have to go through this transit of O, which, no, you're not an inscribed angle then. So that would be kind of our last one then. CAE, and I think I said one more. ACG would be our last one. Angle ACG. That would be our last inscribed angles. And I'll just kind of make a little note of that here. Inscribed angles. Perfect. We can name our tangent line. I'll name this as F. Tangent line, hi. It's HI. HI is going to be our tangent line. Our point of tangency, that's always a good follow-up for this one, is going to be F. This is going to be the point where this HI line touches the circle at one and only one point. F is our point. And it's called point of tangency. Tangent C. Good. And we can kind of finish this off by going H. Name 6 arcs. I'm just going to start at A and kind of go around clockwise, I think. So we got AF. That would be a nice arc. We got FE. That would be a cool arc. We got EG. You can see I'm just kind of going around clockwise here. GD. GD, GC, and let's go one more, C and A. Again, you could kind of mix and match a lot of them, like CF would be an arc as well. You can kind of keep on going with these ones, but I think I just kind of stick to this one. Again, if you'd like to, you can keep on naming arcs for this. There's really a lot of arcs that you could go with, but yeah, that would be a nice little way to kind of wrap up just these circle terminology and just making sure that we know the different names.